Ric Flair returns to WCW Nitro, but was the rest of the show any good? That's what me and this guy are here to find out. Oh, whoa.
You gotta keep that bit in.
Gentlemen, and welcome to this. It's the return and the rebirth, as it were, of cashing in, marking out. I am Mark P.
I am Bobby Cash.
There we go. If you never saw our series back in the lost day, we take a moment in time in wrestling, a moment, and see if the rest of the show that moment was on was any good. Examples that we did in the past would be Chris Jericho's.
Yeah. Well,
we've just fucking started.
Oh my god, this is the best thing ever.
What is it?
I don't know. I don't live here.
What is it? Tell us.
I don't know. Anyway, so the examples that we had was when we first did this. We had we take a moment on television wrestling, not pay-per-view.
Yes.
Television wrestling. That was iconic, if you like. Mm. So we had Jericho's debut for the WWF in '99, and we had Goldberg beating Hogan for the world title on Nitro, and we just wanted to know, was the rest of the show any good? Is it one segment makes the show, or was the rest of the show any good? And if I remember, the Nitro that Goldberg won the world title was shite.
Oh yeah, very, very poor.
And the Raw that Jericho debuted was shite. So we've done well so far.
See, these moments are great memories. Oh yeah, I remember that. But you forget the rest of the show. So tonight we're going to start off with a doozy.
It's my turn.
Chosen by yourself.
I regretted it immediately.
So
I hated. We'll get there.
So it is. It's 14th of September 1998. It's my fucking tablet. WCW Nitro. 16,000 fans on hand at a venue that I've already forgotten because I didn't write it down. But we're in Greenville, South Carolina. Of course, that is Flair country. Last night was full brawl. The show was absolutely terrible, highlighted by a War Games match that I gave minus stars to, many minuses. I would go into that more, but my review of it's down below, so go check that out. How's that sound? We've got Tony Schiavone and Larry Zbyszko on commentary. Larry weirdly stands up. Well, Tony.
Well, this is it. So you tell, and I'll just do what Larry did.
So Tony's running down the show, and Larry Zbyszko turns around and starts cheering, doing this for the crowd, and the fans, hooray, Larry Z!
He just comes back and.
The only time I can think of doing that is, remember, was it a couple of the old WrestleManias?
Oh, Ventura
did this exact same thing, didn't he?
Yeah, but they actually did that on purpose. Yeah. Larry just went, fuck you, I don't give a shit about this plot.
We're going to just take this moment so that Jesse can, it's on the notes in it, Jesse stands up. So I think Larry just like, actually, while you're doing that, I'm going to just get a pop. Anyway, so, first of the night, because there's many to come, truly massive, we want Flair chant breaks out. And this is so big. So big. But fuck that, we don't care about that. We need to go to Mike Tenay. Mike Tenay is not there live in the venue. No, he's at a local airport.
He's at a local airport, yeah.
He tries to get an interview with a limousine.
He tries to get an interview with a limousine window. He said, Ric Flair, it's a window, Mike Tenay. Anyway, he asked the limousine driver to stop. He doesn't. He tells him to fuck off. He tries to interview a window. That doesn't happen. So he runs up to the private jet, which is about 100 yards further on. And the pilot, who probably had no acting experience in his entire life, just decides, no, I can't make comment right now. Please step back. Shuts the door, flies off. You all right?
It just doesn't. There's another one.
Can you see it?
It's a pair of police cars.
Stoke is crime-riddled.
Crime Stoke. Anyway, so our opening contest of the evening is Alex Wright versus Van Hammer. Van Hammer is tall and muscular, but I don't understand how he kept his job in WCW for so very long. Because he's so damn shit.
It's because he's massive.
He's playing a hippie here.
Somehow.
He looks like Doolove. Tie-dyed and everything.
No, Kurgan.
Yes, he does. He's wearing Kurgan's top, basically. Highlight of this match is a snap suplex by Wright. And then the Cat comes out and attacks Hammer, which draws a disqualification. Cat then cuts a promo where he basically repeatedly tells the world that he's the greatest.
I'm the greatest!
And that no one can stop him. And then he gets dragged to the back by security so they can stop him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, in a bit that I just don't understand, can you explain why he's arrested?
Ernest the Cat Miller was arrested for being shit. That's why. He was arrested for interfering in the match and he was escorted out the building. Let's keep... This is WCW, right? Let's keep that in mind for the rest of the show, okay?
If anyone else interferes...
So the Cat interfered and he got arrested. Okay.
So if anyone else interferes, will they be arrested? That's the point. So next, we want Flair. We want Flair. Gene Mean is in the ring and he brings out Bret Hart, who limps out. He'd been injured in the Fall Brawl War Games match last night. He cuts a promo where he essentially apologises for his conduct over the last couple of months. He's been a heel. He's been a jackass, according to himself. They bleep out the word ass, which is hilarious. He calls Hogan scum for what he did at Fall Brawl, and he's not going to be able to wrestle. He also says that he doesn't know why he's the US champion.
Well, because we're not really watching the couple of... We've not watched the few episodes before this, so we can't remember how he became US champion.
But he says,
let us know. Did he win it? Was he given it?
He says he doesn't deserve it, so I don't know why he's saying that.
He doesn't deserve it.
Anyway, out comes Rowdy Roddy Piper, who cuts a great impassioned promo about what a dick Bret has been recently and how he told him he's been a dick recently.
We should just point out that Roddy Piper said in this promo, I've known you since you were about... Yeah. And then both of us said, knee-high to a grasshopper!
Exactly. From Rumble night. No, it's from WrestleMania 8. Sorry. For God's sake.
It doesn't matter, I was hungry.
he starts trying to inspire Bret. Basically, he's saying, don't drown in your own pity and all that. And then he asks the people to forgive him. If these American people can forgive Bill Clinton, boo, big boos from the crowd, then we can forgive Bret. There we go. Oh, God. We see pics from last night. So it was Raven versus Perry Saturn at Fall Brawl, which ended when Lodi was Death Valley Driver through a table. A nice little spot. Match number 2 is Saturn versus Kendall Windham, which is about as good as it sounds on paper, to be honest.
I don't know. It was the matches. How many matches did we have? About 9.
There was 9 matches on this card. Yeah.
This is probably one of the better ones.
This was certainly the longest. Other than
no, the cruiserweight.
Oh yes, anyway. Kendall's an evil fuck, puts on his chin lock that lasts fucking ages. A few nice suplexes, but it's a Death Valley Driver, or the Spicoli Driver, as it's known to some people, by Saturn. That gets the win. And then former Flock members Scotty Riggs and Kidman and Horace Hogan come out, and as Saturn starts to cut a promo about them and how they've left the Flock, Raven appears right up in the top deck, doesn't he?
The thing is, yeah, so Raven comes out with Chris Kanyon, and he's cutting a promo trying to get the Flock to come back to him, and he's like, step over the railing and come up the stairs and join me, but without pointing out the fact that he's on the second balcony, on the second tier of this, so they'd have to go up and around and up and stupid. It doesn't matter, never mind. But Perry Saturn basically goes around each guy in the Flock in the ring and tells him that, sick boy, you're alright. Scotty Riggs, you used to be a tag champ with Buff Bagwell, remember that? No one does. And Billy Kidman, you look like Bret Hart a little bit. Go and win the Cruiserweight title. More on that later. And then there was another one. Lodi, you look like a dickhead. But he didn't actually say that, that's what I said. And then everyone just tells Raven to go fuck himself, and then they all walk back and they all turn face.
Saturn finishes off with, it's mind over matter, they don't mind, and you don't matter. And the whole crowd go, oh!
98.
Next up, it's Renegade versus Wrath. match number 3. Now, here's the point. Because last night at Full Brawl, we saw the Ultimate... Oh, no, we can't call him the Ultimate Warrior, can we?
No.
He's just the Warrior. So does that mean we're going to get Fake Warrior? Because that's what Renegade was, truly, wasn't he? Fake Warrior and the real Warrior on one show. Woohoo! Renegade looks like Mike Awesome, though, here. He doesn't look like...
Oh, he does, actually.
Doesn't look like a Warrior at all. He doesn't get an entrance on a 3-hour show. There isn't time on a 3-hour telecast. It's not a program.
It's not a program. It's not a show. It's a telecast.
That's what Tony Schiavone says. Yeah, there isn't time on this 3-hour telecast for Renegade to get his entrance. That's weird. Anyway, Renegade gets a handspring elbow. That's his only offense in. Wrath gets the meltdown, which is a pump handle slam in about a minute to win the match. Hooray!
I'll give you this though. If the match was designed to get over Wrath as a big beast, and then
Yeah, I'll give you that one. That's fair. That's fair. Voodoo Child hits, and out comes Hogan, Bischoff, Liz, and fucking Disciple. Yes, boss. Sign in the crowd says Eric Bischoff pen is bigger than Vince McMahon's, which Eric sees and is very, very pleased about. We want Flair. We want Flair. We want Flair. In fact, while Hogan gets on the mic and starts cutting his promo, you can't actually hear what he's saying because the "We want Flair" chant is so very loud.
I think Ric Flair's over.
It's just a little bit over.
Yeah. Remember when people were over?
No. So Hogan runs down Bret Hart, Roddy Piper, and the Warrior. He challenges Warrior to a match at Halloween Havoc, but smoke fills the ring, and when it clears, the Disciple is gone. Hogan freaks out, shouting, "The Disciple, where's the Disciple?" And then Hogan shouts out, "Warrior!" Exactly like that. It's into the camera, that close, it's all good. Hour 2, that's 1 hour gone, hooray! Hour 2 kicks off with fireworks. Less than 10 minutes wrestling in the first hour, I just need to point out. And then Bobby the Brain Heenan joins us on commentary, which is all good. Match number 4 is Billy Kidman defeating Juventud Guerrera to win the Cruiserweight Championship, obviously taking Saturn's words to heart. Straight away.
Saturn books things now.
Match is what you would expect. It's lots of flips. It's no selling, but it's all good. The crowd are proper.
They were really into it. Yeah, at one point, Kidman does a reverse suplex. So Juventud's like this, and he's like this. But it's not like stalling. He literally just goes like that. And I thought that was going to be the end, but then I remembered that he doesn't. That's not his finish.
Mike Tenay joined us halfway through, so it's taken him the best part of an hour to get from the local airport to here. So that's good. There's some nice things in this with a pop-up. Kidman got a big pop. I don't know why I said pop-up. I'm an idiot. For a set-out bomb, follows with sweet wheelbarrow German suplex for 2. Back and forth until Kidman gets a great fall off the aforementioned sweet reverse suplex. Hoover gets a Rana, once 450 splash. Kidman counters into a bomb and the shooting star press. Sorry, it's not called that at all, is it? The 7-year itch gets the win. Approximately 10 minutes. And everything you expect from these two. I actually was not expecting Kidman to win either.
No, neither did I. I thought that Hoovy was going to win because Kidman's basically just starting to break out a bit now, and I thought maybe a couple more matches, but no, getting straight on it. He's just turned face that day, so why not?
And of course, at the end, Saturn comes out and is well done, yes, well done, we approve. Backstage, Gene Mean talks to JJ fucking Dillon, who is in his tuxedo. He won't tell us if Ric Flair is here tonight because he wants it to be a surprise.
Right.
So I wonder if it could be. And then, because WCW, Jackie Chan pimps his new film. I don't know why.
That film was Rush Hour, though, and that's a good film.
That's a fair point. In the back, Eric Bischoff argues with Eddie Guerrero, who... we don't know why they're arguing this. Something
doesn't have an accent.
Good point. But Eric sends Eddie to Japan.
In a box. He just puts him in a box.
Match number 5. Battle of the...
5 matches, by the way. And how long have we had?
I think combined.
No, because that'll be... Sorry. That'll be hour 2.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, That's just thrown me a little bit. So 10 minutes in, so 10 minutes of wrestling so far in hour 2. Let's really be with that. Match number 2, fuck off. Match number 5 is the Battle of the Roydy Magoos, copyright OSW. It's the Barbarian losing to the British Bulldog. I've got one line of text for this one which says, literally nothing good at all, sloppy looking power slam, gets the win for Bulldog. Now, the more important thing, what I would like to ask you, the viewing public, was this British Bulldog's last ever WCW match? Because if you remember, the night before Fall Brawl, he'd taken a backdrop on the trapdoor that Warrior, sorry, this may be a spoiler for you, but Warrior used the trapdoor to get in and out of the ring. And Bulldog had taken a back first bump onto the trapdoor and really fucked his back up. And I thought that was his last WCW appearance, but it turns out I'm wrong. Did he have any more matches? Can you let me know down below in the comments? G-Mean is in the ring with JJ fucking Dillon in his tux, and you're sat there going, yes, this is the moment, but no, it's not. It's just lies. Because they just want to talk about the never-ending Rick Steiner, see, I almost said Ric Flair then, Rick Steiner versus Scott Steiner feud that they had in 1998. Now, if you followed my my 1998 Was It Great series, you'll know how much I fucking hated this storyline, because they were scheduled to meet on pretty much every pay-per-view of 1998, and the match was always thrown out for whatever reason, and then the feud never ended. It just ended. Well, it ended, but there was never the conclusive feud-ending match that we all desired so much. What happened next?
Then the lights started to flicker, and a maniacal laugh rings out. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, that's all right. I was going to sound.
Yes, folks. This would be Chucky. Not Finster from Rugrats, the evil one from the films that I've not watched.
It was in the oh my god 50 greatest or worst WCW moments. They did some cross promotion either a week or a few weeks later after this, where Chucky, who is of course is a puppet, appeared on Nitro to promote his film. You know, Jackie Chan one week, Chucky the next. Who else did they? In fact,
the same show.
Let us know in the comments, please, if they did have any other film stars promoting their films on Nitro. Please let us know. Next, more Nitro girls dancing. Hooray! Because fuck that wrestling shit. Match number 6 is Jim Neidhart versus... No, wait! He doesn't even get an opponent! It's meant to be the Disciple, but of course the Disciple was dragged away by the Warrior. The smoke fills the ring, and when it clears, the Warrior is in the ring with the Disciple. Looks like the Disciple's blowing him. Genuinely does. Warrior doesn't look right in jeans, does he?
No, I mean, you can definitely tell that this is not the Ultimate Warrior. This is the Warrior. He's wearing jeans, he's wearing cowboy boots. He looks shit, and it's just shit. So, yeah, he cuts a promo, he starts gassing on about nothing. And then the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Scott Steiner, Stevie Ray, Buff Bagwell, and the $10 man Vincent come out, surround the ring, while Warrior accepts Hogan's challenge and then vanishes. Hooray. The fire extinguishers.
How much are you looking forward to Halloween Havoc? I gave that match -4 stars. Yay!
Comments and,
yes.
Links in the description.
Yes. Go and look, please do. Match number 7 is Silver King. So match 6 because Neidhart versus Disciple didn't happen, so I'm just thrown. It's Silver King and Norman Smiley teaming up to take on Scott Steiner and getting battered. Oh yes, they got owned. Double Steiner recliner sounds good on paper. Right there, it sounds great, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It's basically got the two of them like that, and it's basically pulling up on them both. And yeah, it doesn't look great. And then more Nitro girls, because this show hasn't had enough dancing. Damn it. Hour 3 starts off with more fucking pyro. And as Jay Hunter once said, it's like they've just said, we've got all this money that we need to spend.
We've got all this money.
What can we do? More pyro. Needs more pyro. I don't know why they would do this. Next is Giant versus Meng. This is really stiff.
It's me.
It's Meng. This is a stiff-ass match, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because, Giant doesn't give a fuck. Meng doesn't give a fuck.
Meng.
Just whatever.
Meng
just smash each other.
Doesn't want to sell anything. And yeah, the blows that Meng rains down are very, very hard. End of the match is he goes for this nerve grip because Giant is just so damn big. Meng's like, he just gets and chokeslams him.
Chokeslam, get the win.
That was the best part of the match.
And then Big Show's looking rough here.
Yeah.
He is not looking healthy.
Speaking of looking rough, hey, out comes drunk Scott Hall with his drink and Vincent. He does a survey and the fans are here to see the Wolfpack. And then out comes Lex Luger. Not to his generic Biddle music, which I'm really upset about. comes out to the Wolfpack theme. This is not nice.
This is probably the worst part of the whole show.
I agree.
But not because it was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like the worst part of the show for a viewer's perspective. Like, it was really uncomfortable to watch because at the time Scott Hall's doing his alcoholic gimmick, even though it's probably not a gimmick, it's just the way he is. So he's coming to the ring, he's stumbling around, Vincent's there kind of like, no, don't drink anymore. don't drink it. Don't drink anymore. Give me some money. And then so Luger comes out looking good. And then they start the match, and then Hall's stumbling around, trying to get in the hold, and he can't do it. Breaks the hold by falling over, just pancaking on the floor. And it's embarrassing.
It's not good. He trips over the ring ropes. And then Bischoff comes out, and then Nash and Conan come out, and they're all trying to reason with him, and Hall's arguing about it. And then, just for the best of all, Hall is sick on Bischoff. Now, there's a couple of things I'm thinking is. Firstly, are they trying to parody the... Because Hawk was doing a similar gimmick, wasn't he, on Raw at the time? Do you remember?
Yes.
So, it's like, are they trying to parody that? Secondly, if this is a storyline, it's pathetic. If it's a storyline, the only good part of it is the fact that Hall can act drunk. So you start there going, no, I think this is a bit too close to the bone. And then, of course, if this is real, if Hall's gone to the ring that wankered, why not cut to commercial break? And it's one of those. And as I said that, they cut to commercial break, and one of those. Oh, that's all right.
About 5 minutes too late though.
Yeah, it was not nice.
Move on.
Anyway, what we came here to see.
Yes, this is what because I chose this one because I love this segment. I watch it all the time. I knew nothing about the show, so I picked this one. It is the return of the Four Horsemen. The Four Horsemen being J.J. Dillon is there, and Arn Anderson comes out, and he's recently had surgery, so he can't wrestle anymore. So they need a new Four Horsemen. So at the time of this promo, we had fuck that shit. Here comes Mongo.
Oh yes.
So out comes Mongo McMichael, and then Chris Benoit, and then Dean Malenko. He goes around Arn Anderson, and we're just going to do this briefly because we'll put the link into the segment in the thing. You just watch it. Arn puts over Mongo, Benoit, and Dean, then goes on to say thanks very much, good night, and then he goes, oh, wanna go?
Very good.
And he goes, I almost forgot the Four Horsemen. Ric Flair, get out of here! And then the place goes fucking mental.
This is one of the biggest pops you will ever hear. It's so damn big. I literally do not see the point in recapping what Flair says. If you're watching this now, you'll be in one of two boats, okay? Boat number one is you'll have seen this and you know how good it is. You know how good Flair's promo is. Boat number two is you're sat there going, I've never seen it. In which case, what we want you to do right now is to pause us right now. The link's in the description. Go and watch it, and then come back to us and tell us how great it was. Because we'll want you to comment saying, "I've never seen it before. You were right. This was amazing." The promo he cuts is just spellbinding. It's unbelievably great, and that's why we watched it.
Very good. Ric Flair hates Eric Bischoff.
He does,
and you can tell. Right. We assume that you've paused it by now and you've come back to us. So you've come back to us. Right. We were right. Ric Flair hates Eric Bischoff. You can tell that he believes every single word that he says to Eric Bischoff. If he obviously knew he was on television, so he couldn't swear. But if he wanted to, he probably would have called him a fucking prick or something like that as well. So were we right? Was this amazing? We think it is. I think it is. He thinks it is. What do you think?
Yeah.
You let
us know.
That's why we're here. That's the moment why. The bad thing is that wasn't the main event.
No, there was actually
That
more.
wasn't the main event segment.
I thought it was the main. I'd only ever seen this bit, so I thought this was what closed the show, genuinely. But no, there's more. Out comes Diamond Dallas Page. He's the number 1 contender, having got the win at the War Games match last night. He's going to do colour commentary for the main event, and in that main event, Senior Goldbergo, sorry, I almost forgot to say it then, defeating Sting to retain the WCW Championship. This was
with the shittest finish ever. This pissed me off, so I'm not even going to bother.
It's right. The thing about this match is like a couple of things. First things first is that Goldberg is ridiculously over here. You know, he's not quite up there with Flair for how big a pop it is, but he gets a big pop. First couple of minutes are alright. There's some decent power moves, and then the match slows down in the middle, and they try and do a bit of submission wrestling and all that, which is meh. At the end, though, is Sting getting a tombstone piledriver, hitting 3 Stinger splashes and locking on the Scorpion Deathlock. Out comes Hogan. He sort of sneaks out like fucking Repo Man. But in the bit that Bobby's getting vexed about, while the referee is checking on Goldberg in the Scorpion Deathlock, Hogan gets in the ring and stamps on Sting's head, and the referee doesn't see it, even though it's like, it's there. He's right above it. It's because the ref right low down, and all he needs to do is just look up a little tiny bit, and he'll see the boot coming down. But he does nothing. Doesn't bother disqualifying it, and he doesn't get arrested.
He doesn't get. I forgot about that. Yeah, he doesn't get arrested. We've had interference from Hogan. Hogan doesn't get arrested.
Why doesn't he?
Is it because Ernest Miller is black? Is that what it is? Hogan's probably had a word?
Sorry, that's thrown me. I'd forgotten about the arrested bit as well. You see, so Goldberg gets the spear, gets the jackhammer, gets the win, and that is what the show closes with. Goldberg and Hogan comes in, gives out some beats. Bret Hart, like a fucking boss, runs but limps the whole way to the ring. He must have a legitimate injury from this, because his selling all show has been incredible. So the show closes with Goldberg and Hart helping Sting up. What did you think of this episode of Nitro?
Right, you take away the Flair segment. You take away the Cruiserweight title match. You take away Saturn and Wyndham wasn't terrible.
No, that's fair.
You take that away. You take away Hogan shouting "Warrior" at the camera. Sorry about that before. And this was really forgettable. I'd probably give it. I know you don't really rate TV shows when you do your reviews, but I'd probably give it a 3 or 4 out of 10. The Flair's like 2 points.
Yeah.
And then those matches are another 2 points. I mean, I wouldn't go out. Do not watch the whole show. We just watched the whole show, and I want to shoot myself because it's just segment after segment after segment, and it's 3. You think 3 hours is bad now? At least, right? I know you don't watch Raw anymore.
No, I don't.
I'll be a WWE guy for you. Right? Raw is 3 hours, but the matches are long-ish.
Yes.
They're between 7 and 12. Most get 2 segments. Most matches get 2 segments. Okay. Nitro, not one match went 2 segments. Cruiserweight title did. Cruiserweight title went 2 segments.
Almost.
Just about. 3 hours, and we had about 20 minutes wrestling.
Yep, something like that.
20 minutes wrestling in 3 hours.
Yeah, there was not a lot of wrestling on this show.
2:45 with adverts.
So I've got written, the majority of the show isn't great. Don't get me wrong, it's not terrible. There's nothing, oh my god, this is awful, apart from the Scott Hall stuff. But it's just not good. It's not memorable, other than that segment with Ric Flair. A lot of matches that feel like they're just matches for reason's sake. Oh my god, the NWO theme doesn't have something on nerves.
Six times?
At least 6 times.
I love the NWO theme, but not 6 times.
It's just like, at one point they have a match finish. I can't remember which one it is, but they have a match finish and the NWO music's playing. It's when the Giant, right? So you got the Giant one and the NWO music's playing. They go to commercial. When they come back, the NWO music hits again. He's like, oh god, go away. The Flair moment is great. The Cruiserweight title match is worth the watch. The rest is completely and utterly avoidable, is what I will say. Now, let's talk about ratings. Now, this Nitro won the night that night because of Ric Flair. I'm so sure of this because Nitro pulled a 4.5 rating that night. Now, Raw, which was headlined by, check this out, Austin defending the championship against Ken Shamrock. Oh yeah. That drew a 4.0. So I reckon it's only that Flair segment that gave Nitro the win that night. Come on, because honestly, Austin versus Shamrock. Whew, damn, I wish I'd seen that.
Take my money.
Yeah, I know. So, ladies and gentlemen, next up we'll be jumping to the WWF. It's my choice, and I'm going to do an episode of Raw from 1999, and it's the episode where Austin beat Undertaker for the WWF Championship. Everyone remembers that, but what was the rest of the show like? Join us next time, where we will find out. I've been Mark P.
And I have been Bobby C.
This has been Cashing In, Marking Out. We really do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, let us know down below. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, all that jazz.
You will see the Ric Flair segment. It will be in the description below. You'll also see his Fall Brawl review, and you'll see his Halloween Havoc review if he fancies it. So you can see what happened before and what happened afterwards. If you really, really want to watch this episode, get in touch with him, and he'll tell you how to watch it.
Because it's not at this moment in time. It's not on the network.
Yes,
for reasons.
It's not on the network.
Don't know why.
While we do this show, if it's on the network, we will tell you. At the moment, this show is not on the network. But until then,
take it easy, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.